we still have a few minutes before we begin the proceedings, but I have a very special guest this evening, Aaron Teo. He's an actor, a musician, and he has played a role in the latest film Wicked Part 1, which is out in theaters right now. So he will be singing a song from the film, which he has been in. Aaron, please.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if that's love, it comes at much too high a cost. I'd sooner by defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you can't pull me down. So if you can't find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly. And if I'm flying solo, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how I am defying gravity. I'm flying high, defying gravity. Soon I'll match them in renown. And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down. Oh,
Thank you very much. Aaron Teo, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening once again. My name is Karma Wangdi, and I'm the Head of Operations for Television for Environment. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We will begin our formal proceedings now. The performances that you experienced earlier was a rich testament to the tapestry of human expressions that we see around us. Tonight, we celebrate a different kind of artistry, one that uses the power of film to illuminate pressing global issues. Welcome to the 13th TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards. We are honored to have you join us as we recognize the exceptional work that some of the filmmakers from around the world who are using their creativity to inspire change. But without much further ado, may I please welcome to you on stage your co-host for the evening, Cheryl Campbell, the co-president for the awards.
Good evening, and a very warm welcome. It's 40 years ago this year that TVE was founded. Its mission has remained the same for 4 decades, to inspire change for a greener, fairer world. And so it's a special pleasure to be here with you for this, the 13th TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards. Our first category for the night is the Young Filmmaker Short Film Award. Entrants to this category have to be under 35, and their film on sustainability needs to bring to light underrepresented voices or issues. Films were judged both on the quality of filmmaking and the significance and credibility of the story depicted. Let's have a look at the shortlisted films.
Algunos años para atrás había mucha problemática porque algo atacaba a los animales de traspatio. La gente de la comunidad decían que pues el tigre se comía a sus animales, que el tigre, que el puma, no sabían ni qué, ¿verdad? Decidimos poner algunas cámaras trampa y ver qué estaba sucediendo. Era un jaguar. De eso nace el proyecto Jaguar. Es la conservación de la especie y ver cómo ha progresado entre el ser humano y el jaguar.
One of the biggest problems, even it is not that Aral Sea was shrieked and disappeared, but we are drinking poison, really not good water. It's not criminal, but it should be criminal, has to be criminal. And then we will change our attitude to the water.
All this life, nature, comes from the water that Amu Darya provides. Amu Darya has been nurturing this nation, this little town, and this country for centuries. And I want my other generations to see this river.
If we cannot save such a small natural object, how we will save the planet?
Ang abaka nga espesyal sa amon as tribo Tiboli. Wala pa kami natawo, abaka na ang una.
Kasaklando ko rin nga naman lahandong ko nun agafot batanala.
Sang skills sang amon nga mga ninuno kay mula sa abaka sila lang ang mag-invento sang ilang mga design through their dreams. Tungod sa climate change, dako gid ang apektado sa abaka.
All these abrupt changes has great impact on the growth of abaka, particularly for the production of fiber.
अगर हम फ्यूचर जनरेशन में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, उनको सिखा रहे हैं कि हमें अपना जंगल क्यों बचाना है, हमारे अपना वाइल्ड लाइफ क्यों बचाना है, तो वो मैसेज बहुत देर तक बच्चों और जब बच्चे बड़े भी होंगे तो उनके पास ये मैसेज रहेगा.
People are quite aware of what tourism actually is, and responsible tourism भी वो लोग का दिमाग में घुस रहा है अभी. यहाँ में स्पेशलिटी जैसे तो हो गया नेचर लिंक टूरिज़म, यहाँ क्योंकि यहाँ पे रेयर स्पीसीज ऑफ बर्ड्स एंड बटरफ्लाइज ये सब मिलता है. पिकडिली ट्रस्ट के थ्रू लोग आ रहे हैं, रिसर्चर्स आ रहे हैं, बर्डर्स आ रहे हैं, साइंटिस्ट भी आ रहे हैं.
To announce the winner, may I welcome to the stage Nikki Milne. Nikki is one of our jury members for the awards this year and a multiple award-winning documentary filmmaker and executive producer. She spent 4 years as head of documentaries at Thomson Reuters Foundation, where she spearheaded films across the organisation's human rights remit.
Oh, good evening, everyone. I've been fortunate enough to have been asked to be a juror for TV Global Sustainability Awards for the last few years, seeing the calibre, variety of entries grow and grow. So I'm delighted to have been asked to give out an award tonight on this key anniversary. And what could be more relevant, pressing and vibrant than young people trying to bring impact through film? So it's my honour to present in the Young Filmmaker category. This goes to a film which is beautiful, poignant exploration through multiple local voices of all ages, tracing a river that used to overflow its banks in Central Asia to the desert that brings dust storms and pollution. From voices who tell us how they used to wake to the sounds of the waves, to those that describe geographical discrimination, the interviews are elegant and moving. As someone who's been making films for over 20 years, I personally was blown away by the skill, sensitivity and ability to listen shown by first-time filmmakers. Thank goodness for this next generation. We really need you. The award goes to Amu Darya, River to a Missing Sea.
Thank you very much. I think we both feel pretty out of our depth, considering 2 years ago neither of us had picked up a camera or let alone made a documentary. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the people we interviewed. We have a team of over 30 students in Uzbekistan that were helping us translate, make this documentary. So many interviews. And we hope that this is the start of something, a much longer project, where we get to create a series of films in Uzbekistan to bring attention, not only bring attention to this Yarrell Sea crisis in the Amu Darya River, but begin to have some real change through educational initiatives. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching.
And now for our second category, Transforming Society. Films in this category highlight initiatives or ideas to transform society and the way we live for a more sustainable future. And the finalists are
Shubha, one of the 10 friends who founded Samaj Pragati Sahyog, and I were working on top of an earthen dam. on a very hot summer day, and suddenly, while throwing headloads of mud, the women asked, "Will you teach us how to stitch?" We actually imagined at that time that it would be a great way to bring women together, to talk about land rights and reproductive health and equality. So Kumbaya started with a box full of scrap, a book on patchwork left behind by a friend, and 3 sewing machines, all borrowed.
Ka 2015, batho ba noka ba Sekunga le Impalila ba ile ba thaya lefelo la ntlha la tshomarelo ya tlhapi mo Namibia. Batlhokomedi ba tlhapi ba Sekunga le Impalila ba tlhokomela dinoka, ba gapa matloa a seng ka fa molaong le go bega batshwara tlhapi ba ba seng ka fa molaong kwa balaoding. Tshwaro ya tlhapi ya tshenyo e ile tlase fela thata. Tlhapi e tsosologile ebile yo oketsegile. Morafi o dirisana le beng ba mafelo a bojanala go ngoka bajanala gore ba tle go bona dinoka. Ka jalo batho ba noka ba sologelwa molemo ke bojanala jo.
We'll be looking at solar power, power from the sun, in our next video. But another natural energy source is the power of the tides, and it comes mostly from another heavenly body, our moon. The moon's gravity affects Earth's oceans, giving us tides twice a day. But how do you capture that tidal energy? Well, this amazing craft is the Orbital O2, the most powerful tidal turbine in the world. It's over 70 meters long, and each of its 2 huge turbines rotates in the tide, generating a megawatt of electricity, enough to power 2,000 homes on the nearby Scottish Orkney Islands. And how about this? Swedish company Minesto have come up with this cool idea. A kind of underwater kite tethered to the ocean floor that moves in a figure of 8 in the tidal current, with an onboard turbine, again generating electricity. It's estimated that more than 10% of the UK's energy could one day come from these and other ingenious tidal devices.
To announce the winner of the Transforming Society Award, may I welcome to the stage Azad Ayub, long-standing friend and trustee of TVE and our headline partner, to say a few words and to announce the winner.
Thank you very much. It is my privilege to come here and announce this award. But before that, I just want to say that they all do a lot of hard work, and the result of it is we can all see. This year we had a very large entry. There have been about 95 entries in this category, and it's not generally, and of course from 35 different countries. So I'm very proud of these people and look forward to them doing greater things. And you have my full support. Thank you very much. Now, the award winner is Kimboya Story.
This award actually isn't for me. I'm Monica Lackenpaul. I'm a professor at UCL, and I have an honour of working with underprivileged families, women, empowering women, and on innovation projects. Unfortunately, the team can't be here today, but I've been asked on their behalf to receive this award, and I'm very, very honoured to be able to do that. Recognising small ventures, how people can have an idea and translate that into something much more powerful, giving women a sense of empowerment, control over their lives, and having a livelihood for themselves is key to really our future change in our world. So thank you very much for the award on their behalf.
Our third award for the evening is Women and Girls in Sustainability, A Global Perspective. Films in this category highlight women and girls at the front line of building a sustainable future, celebrating the work and effort of women and girls who are an inspiration in the field of sustainability. Let's watch the finalists.
Cornwall has an incredible superpower because it is the best place in the whole country for something that could ultimately provide many of us with low-cost, fossil fuel-free heat direct from the earth.
We're generating electricity from the sun and we're producing nutrient-dense quality meats, kind of a win-win, really.
The idea is that one neighbour can sell their energy to the other.
People can sit in front of a lovely fire and have a glass of wine. You can't do that with an air source heat pump so easily.
It's nice to have a view, but the bigger picture here is that if we're going to halt climate change, we absolutely have to move away from fossil fuels.
You can skill up people within the local community to fulfil some of the new green jobs that will be needed to help us transition, and that's all really positive for Cornwall.
And then one of the reasons is I moved here was like my kids, that park right behind. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. My kids are gonna have a park right behind them, and I didn't know I was actually killing them. It's one of the most polluted area codes in the nation. My son was having bloody noses. My daughter has the migraines, and my mom got sick on me, and I got sick. These things that we smell every day and every night and every morning, that's what's making us sick. A lot of people's like, why don't we just move? Well, we can't afford to move, one. We end up in places like Commerce City because they push us out of these gentrified areas and we move up where it's cheaper to live.
There is regular people doing the work for this election.
Hey neighbor, did you vote already? ¿Sí votó? After 100 years of environmental racism and environmental injustices, this community's fed up. We're done. You know, I think right now we're waking up.
In the early hours of the following day, Carla is called to a gruesome scene.
As I said, they predated some of
She uses the opportunity to communicate directly to her audience.
So these are the victims of rat predation. Now, in this particular case, these hatchlings were sitting ducks because they were drawn to this light, so they would have just been running around in circles under this light and not going anywhere. So the rats didn't have to work too hard to get them because they were just circling the lights like fish in a barrel. We need to do better because this is our country. These are our turtles. So they're all of our responsibility. It's not just the responsibility of the Barbados Sea Turtle Project, but it is, to my mind, a national responsibility. We as individuals, we as citizens of this country, we need to do our part as well because it's our future that we're safeguarding.
To announce the Women and Girls in Sustainability, A Global Perspective Film Award, may I welcome to the stage Amrita Acharya. Amrita is best known for her roles as Iri in the HBO series Game of Thrones and as Dr. Ruby Walker in the ITV series The Good Karma Hospital.
It's a real honour to be able to present the award in this category.
As an actress, you hope that you can contribute to stories that have a message and raise awareness rather than just purely entertain. There is a time and place for that, obviously. The most interesting characters to play are always women who are fighting for something. So to be here partaking in the celebration of an award that showcases women in the creative sector of sustainability is a real privilege. So thank you for the opportunity. And the winner for the Women and Girls in Sustainability Global Perspective Film Award is Cornwall's Climate Stories Hungry for Change. Thank you so much for this. I have to say we are both absolutely stunned because just watching the other films in this category, we were blown away by those stories. So it's a little bit sort of lost for words, but we're very, very grateful for this recognition of what we're doing. We really are trying to bring out women's voices. We're an all-female crew, we're an all-female company in our charity making these films. And it's just wonderful to have this recognition. Do you want to say something, Brian?
Thank you. It's awesome to be here.
It's very, very exciting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The next award is the Greener Living Short Film Award. Entries to this category seek to inspire nature-based solutions to mitigate the threat of climate change and biodiversity loss. Here are the finalists.
California lost 2 major carbon sinks that absorbed the impacts of climate change within 5 years. One on land, one underwater. Take a deep breath. Steady your mind. We will face this reality together. This is the changed climate you've heard about on the news. It is here, now, not decades away. The loss of our great forests and all that they provide is the challenge ahead of us. Yet, there's reason to be hopeful. People from all walks of life are uniting to develop solutions for restoring the abundance of kelp forests around the world. Right now, flying over our heads, satellites are capturing real-time information about the health of kelp forests to guide the restoration of our most vulnerable forests. Right now, swimming beneath the sea, divers are removing urchin from urchin barrens to create space for kelp to return to its historic strongholds. Right now, scientists are recovering sea stars and developing kelp spore banks to help restore healthy and resilient kelp forests after future fires.
Globally, the climate impact of food waste is mind-boggling. If it were a country, it'd be the world's 3rd biggest emitter of greenhouse gases after China and the United States.
There are so many people that are literally starving now in this country, and there's all this wasted food that could be feeding people.
If you've got more trees, you can have more deer. Perhaps venison could be that alternative to put on the table.
Once you can make that into something like a sausage roll or a burger, it's tasty and it's got the right texture, I think that people would be quite happy to eat these insects.
哦，帅弟，不用给他那么痛，谢谢。帅弟，帅弟。
直接摸它、喂它、抱它，
现在年轻人很少这样子，大人也很少这样子。那个互动其实也就是一种能量啊，那个动物也可以感觉得到。
甩地呀，甩地。哦，我这样打，你就 go go go，OK， 3、2、1。哇，你好乖哦！哇，我们太神了，这椰子一定有魔法。我们来试一次。天好结束，谢谢。因为他们很可爱，然后他们也很会玩耍，就是不像你们这些大人一样很懒，都不陪我们玩。
I grew up in a farming family. We produce mainly fruits, pineapple, banana. We always love to eat pineapple, but we didn't see the prospect of pineapple leaves. Even after working 10 years in textile industry, I didn't see that pineapple leaves can be a good textile material. Finally, I realized everybody is talking about climate change. I see there is a solution.
Turning farm waste into sustainable clothes is absolutely part of the fashion revolution. And what we really need to do is to see value in everything. There is no waste.
To announce the winner of the Greener Living Award category, may I please welcome to the stage Lord St John of Bletsoe, a long-standing friend of TVE, former trustee and co-president for this year's awards.
Thank you very much, Cheryl, and very good to see you. I didn't think I was going to make it today. I got stuck in a horrendous traffic jam, which seems to be the problem of London today. But I have great pleasure to announce Dancers for Chickens. The winner. Well done.
Now, our winners cannot be with us this evening, so on behalf of the winners, film producer Ben Weber will accept the award.
I'm just speaking for the
So thank you, everyone. The filmmakers couldn't be here tonight, so I just wanted to say a few things on their behalf. One of the really important things, as you saw about this film, is that it does something we don't do nearly enough, which is put the spotlight on children and gives us a chance to all step back and really let them be heard and let them be seen. And when we have so many children that already express that they don't feel seen or heard, that we know that that's something that requires a lot more of our attention. Yeah, so I think this film does a really good job of also showing how children can give us great examples of how they can use games and play, especially in the natural environment, and that's something we need a lot more of. So thank you so much.
Well done. Cheryl, should I say a few words? Can you say a few words or not?
Please do, Anne. Please do. Please do.
I came a bit late, but I just want to thank all of you for coming this evening. It means a huge amount to us. And I think everyone's a winner in these awards. I've been involved with the charity for, well, it's over almost 40 years now?
40 years,
40
yes.
years, it's quite extraordinary. Been the law to 46 years. But really, this is such a momentous time. We come soon after COP29, which didn't achieve as much as we'd all hoped. But I think through the power of films, through the power of these type of films, we're able to see a greater future. And the world's so deeply divided right now that it's really wonderful to see us all united in this quest to beat climate change. And really well done to all those who were shortlisted, and well done to all those winners today. And a special thanks to our sponsors and those who've been partnering with us and supporting this really worthwhile initiative. You'll be seeing a lot more of me as the evening goes on, but thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Anthony. Our fifth award for the night is the Corporates and Businesses in Sustainability Short Film category, which goes to the entry that best explains how a business can help in mitigating global sustainability challenges. Here are the shortlisted films.
Perception versus reality. Ever wanted to know more about the people making our clothes? Come on my journey into their world. Sights, sounds, smells, share meals, experience their lives, their work, making forever better. I am Luke Chakrotny, writer, nutritionist, influencer. My perception forever changed. Watch the full documentary on the Puma YouTube channel.
Wildlife crime is a serious issue. It's a global issue. It's transnational in nature. It's right at the top there with other illegal criminal activities, such as human trafficking, narcotics. Wildlife trade is up at the top. It hasn't necessarily received the attention that's required in order to fight wildlife crime.
Curtis is on a mission.
You know, I tell people all the time that we're in the get done business. Of course, you probably won't print that, but go ahead.
What he's hunting out here in the plains of New Mexico isn't wild animals, but something potentially much more dangerous. Abandoned oil and gas wells, leaking toxic gases into the atmosphere.
Not only is there methane coming out of this well, but this particular well has elevated levels of hydrogen sulfide gas, like really elevated, like 4,000 parts per million. You know, that's dangerous. That's kill you dead in an instant type of gas.
Curtis's specialty is plugging up these so-called orphan wells, which have no official owners. It's estimated there are millions of them across the US, and it's thought they're responsible for as much as 10% of the world's emissions of methane, one of the most potent greenhouse gases.
To announce the winner of the Corporates and Businesses in Sustainability Award, may I welcome to the stage Andre Singer, jury member of the awards.
Thank you very much. Well, we were talking about dates and how long TV has been going. It reminded me rather horribly that I've been involved in anthropological and environmental films for 50 years now. So I'm feeling rather creaky, but it's actually rather wonderful to be involved in the jury, because we can see now with the changes in how people have access to technology and can make films now that 40, 50 years ago were unthinkable, that there are many, many more people and younger people out there making, I think, extraordinary films. This category, I think, is particularly important, because if we can't get industry and firms to prick their conscience about their involvement in the environment, then we are failing rather dismally. And I think it's rather good that not through shame. I think there are genuine people inside industry that do want to do something. And I think the more we can influence that, I think the faster we can change the planet that we all live in. So the Corporate and Businesses in Sustainability Short Film Award is awarded to the Methane Hunters. I don't see anybody coming to collect.
No? Maybe we could ask Karma if you could come up, TV's COO, come up and accept the award on behalf of the winner.
You should just put it up.
Apologies, I believe they might have also been stuck in the traffic, lunch traffic. I think there's been a farmers' protest this afternoon, as you well know, so there is a bit of clog up in the traffic around this part of town. So on their behalf, I think the issue about methane capture and also curbing the emissions around methane is a very important issue. The jury members had a very, very tough time trying to decide between this film and the other film. And they have sent their apologies to the runners-up, but they said that it was a very long and arduous discussion they had to have. They took almost 45 minutes to come to a conclusion. But they have sent in their apologies and also have sent in that we should definitely give a special mention to the film from the People's Postcode Lottery. May I please have you a round of applause for the People's Postcode Lottery, please. They're right here. Thank you very much.
Thanks to our awards Vice President, Helen Wang, this year TVE has been able to partner with and share the story of an organisation in China that aligns with TVE's mission objectives. Helen has introduced us to the inspiring work carried out by Sichuan Jinghua Go Kai Company Limited, preserving the cultural and ecological heritage of the Sichuan region in China. The trustees of TVE have decided to give a special mention to Sichuan Jinghua Go Kai Company Limited in recognition of their work, which we're going to share with you now in a short film.
If you ever seen the layers of mountains in the southwest, then you must take a close look at the faces of the Chang people who lived by the mountains. Their expressions are the embodiment of the spirit of the mountains and rivers, and they hold the stubbornness of ancient guardians. As the oldest protectors of this land, the Chang people have lived in these lofty mountains and sea of clouds for thousands of years. They're born in mountains, grow up in mountains, and call mountains their home, and befriending nature.
所以我们这个神书里呢，以这个古代的个老年人就传下来，就说的这一片林子呢，就不应该砍，也不应该毁掉它呢。 保护我们这里那些老年人说的要保护的啥子风调雨顺，咋子今后呢？我们反正也就说听从老年人的话呢，我们也把它保护起来。
For them, time is merely a mischievous child whose antics may cause change, but there will always be Chang people following behind, gathering up the shattered pieces of heritage and history. Though the massive changes may take away the stone tower built by the rocks, they cannot take away the Qiang people's dedication to the land. In the ruins left by disaster, the Qiang people replaced the fallen stones with their own hands to rebuild their homes, continuing to protect the land that gave them life. This is Qiang people's promise to their homeland and their response to fate. The Qiang people, who coexist with the mountains and rivers, have always quietly guarded their beliefs and culture. In the tide of modernization, they still live in a simple way, continuing their ancient melodies quietly. Like the white stones in the clouds, standing tall and never fading.
To present the special mention, may I please invite on stage May Sim Lai, Chair of TVE.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for supporting TVE and joining us this evening. Wasn't that an amazing clip? The Qiang people are mentioned in the text about China 3,000 years ago. They were badly affected by the Sichuan earthquake in 2008, but they have pulled through, and there has been a big move to preserve their culture. So I'm delighted that a film has been made to highlight what they do. And also, do you know that they are one of the 56 ethnic groups in China? So not many people know that. So I just want to say a few words about Sichuan Xinhua Guokai Industrial Company Limited. This innovative company is making a significant impact on education and cultural development in China and beyond. Their commitment to bridging the cultural divide and promoting education aligns perfectly with TVE's mission. We are impressed by their track record, including the creation of cultural IPs and the development of cutting-edge education technology. Mr. Qingjia Wang is here with us this evening, and I would like to invite him to join me on the stage. He is a member of the National Committee of the China People's Political Consultative Conference, Mianjiang Municipality. He's also the president of the Sichuan Youth Committee of the All China Federation of Returned Overseas Chinese. So, Mr. Chiang, welcome.
Well, thank you. My English just very bad, but first of all, I want to say, 虽然电影没有国界 ，OK， 虽然这个电影没有国界，但是语言依然很重要。像我这个全场英文最烂的人，还获得了一个英国的大奖，这是我的荣幸，非常感谢。
Although film doesn't have boundaries, language still remains as a barrier. So for someone being the most rubbish in English in the audience, and by receiving an award from London, it's a great honor.
Thank you. Thank you, TVE, and thank you tonight. It's very, very great time for me. I will try my best to say some English word to everyone, and another please this lady Helen to translate for everyone. So this film named on the 云朵之上under the wood, not the wood, not the cloud.
Above the
云朵之上，对。
Above the clouds, among mountains. It literally means.
在那部电影里面，大家听到一个词语叫羌族。羌族是中国最古老的民族，没有之一。
Is one of the most ancient ethnic group in China. As some of you probably know, there's more than 56 different ethnic groups in China. Other than the Han, and there's Tibetans, there's Chang. Chang is one of the most ancient amongst all the ethnic groups in China.
然后我就是一个羌族人，所以说这部作品它是要体现出我们羌族，当然是我们中国最古老的这个民族，它从数万年以前，他们的文明就是相信每一个石头、每一棵树木、每一个动物都是有它的灵魂的。
Yeah, Mr. William Wang didn't go through according to the script, so which makes my life a bit more difficult on top of the traffic jams. 我直接照着这边读好吗？
也可以。
压短一点。So I'm just going to put a summary about this film produced by Mr. Wang. So the film Above Clouds Among Mountains is about how the Chang people, which we have just explained, that's one of the most ancient ethnic groups in China, grow out of challenges since the 2008 earthquake struck the epicenter, Beichuan. Some of you probably know in 2008, I was actually in China at the time. It was devastating because my family also lives in Chengdu as well. So I was really worried about them, but everyone was fine. The settlement of Chang people and how the Chang people preserves culture, nature, and nature gave back to the Chang people. The film took a close examination on the relationship between humans and natures and interpreted how the local economy has been restored and thrived since the earthquake, thanks for environmental preservation. Being a Chang ethnic person, Mr. William Wang himself, actually, he embarks on using the film to tell stories to the world, sharing his heritage and promoting the very Chang authentic culture.
昨天我们也看了一部关于非洲的这个影片，虽然说我没有去过非洲，但是也感受到关于自然、关于人文、关于很多东西是可以共情和共鸣的。所以说，我们也希望通过这部影片能够给大家展示关于中国文化不一样的一面。
I was with Mr. Wang and the lady yesterday. We were invited for an African film screening yesterday. Although neither of us ever been to Africa, but our hearts goes along with the characters in the film. We feel that televisions are extraordinarily powerful and travel far beyond our borders to influence, accelerate the development of societies across the West and East. Movies are universal languages to connect people together regardless of nationalities and religions. So, just like I formally introduced myself, my name is Han Wang. I'm the Honorary Vice President of TVE Awards 2024 of the Asian region. I am an entrepreneur and business angel in China and elsewhere. My primary interest is to use culture and heritage and education to connect between the West and the East, to promote a cross-continental eco-culture for common interest and the greater good we can all work together to achieve.
然后一就是一切，一切就是一。世界其实是一个地球村，所有的人我们都可以因为爱、因为慈善而连接在一起。也希望我们能够更多的做出一些对这个社会、时代和世界有意义的事情，就像 TVE 一样。我也更加希望能够未来 能够作为 TVE 的中国的使者，能传播更多这样的能量。
So to conclude, this is a statement between me and Mr. William Wang. One is all is one. If we work together for a unified goal, such as the TVE, we are confident that we will achieve impactful success in the creation of greater good.
OK,
Thank you very much.
最后，我要说最后一句话，希望大家记住我们这样比较 interesting 的组合，也记住我们的电影。谢谢大家 ，Thank you.
And now it is my great pleasure to present the trophy to Mr. Wang.
We now move on to the penultimate award of the night, the Documentary Impact Award. This award is given to the documentary that has had the most significant impact in helping build a more sustainable future for people and planet. For example, by driving political, corporate, social, or individual behaviour change. The films were judged on both the quality of the storytelling and evidence of their impact in driving real-world change. Let's look at the shortlisted films.
Depuis quelques années, mes voisins agriculteurs en bio ou en conventionnel cherchent à s'adapter au dérèglement climatique, avec chacun leur stratégie. Mais la sécheresse record de 2022 a tout remis à plat.
En tout cas, le ruisseau, il coule presque plus. Ta culture, tu la vois crever, c'est un truc, ça te prend au trip. En fait, la flotte, c'est très compliqué. Hein.
Dans 10 ans, ce qu'on va produire, j'en ai aucune idée. Un de mes deux garçons voudrait reprendre la ferme, je ne sais pas si je l'encouragerais.
On imagine même changer la ferme un jour peut-être. Ça fait du sais que dans nos débats, des fois on dit on changera de culture s'il faut changer de culture.
Sans eau, les poireaux, ça va pas trop le faire. Et ils annoncent aucune pluie. Période de canicule, on va monter à 37 degrés, machin. Enfin, c'est ambiance quoi.
Alors est-ce qu'on valide qu'effectivement cette région n'est plus adaptée pour produire des fruits et légumes? C'est compliqué. Le sujet, c'est qu'est-ce qu'on peut produire sans eau?
From the moment we're born, we're wearing clothes. Who's talking about this?
There was a reason why no one was talking about it.
What we need to talk about is oil dependency, synthetic fibers.
70% made of petroleum-based product.
There's no way to look at a label and see what the dyes are, what the chemicals are. How do we bust that open?
All of these probable links to the diseases, does that happen by chance?
The skin is part of the adaptive immune system, but chemicals are not something that the body has become familiar with.
I started to think, this is crazy.
We looked at 73 kids' clothing products. We found PFAS in just about everything.
Arsenic helped achieve this color. One of the first colors produced in a laboratory. Skin lesions caused by this dye.
Do I need it? Where was it made? And should I buy it?
I want to buy that t-shirt. I assume it's not going to harm me.
One of the things in the world of fashion they really have lacked is to be transparent.
This is the wool here.
If you're a designer and you're trying to do something good, your options are actually quite limited.
But do they understand like what they put on their body could potentially affect their health?
My brother Yves grew up at the tip of Africa, surfing the waves of the South Atlantic. Fate, and a cruel pact with nature, brought him to what he calls the holy mountain in the sea.
Look at that, man. Power, power, power! Ah! Ah!
The island that shakes, where every man has gone mad! One after the other! I was the perfect person at the perfect time to go to the perfect place, which was in total disorder. My job was to put it in order, and I'm so grateful for that.
To announce the winner of this category, may I please welcome to the stage Richard Creasy, Trustee Emeritus and one of the founding members of TVE.
Well, you came. Thank you. Thank you for getting through the traffic. You've no real idea how privileged I feel to be out here. It was 40 years ago that I first founded TVE. And that was when I was 40. So it's a long time back and a lot has happened. And it's all because of you. I think I'm here to present the documentaries because I ran the documentary department at Central Television for a long, long time. And I understood then that what you needed was help to be enabled. But what I worried about was that not many people see documentaries. A lot of these documentaries are seen just once when they're broadcast. We're beginning to come a bit further as we look towards streaming and other ways in which you can see it. And I hope very much that we're going to actually discuss ways in which TV is going to be contributing towards different ways of distributing your films so that we can get them seen much more regularly around the world. In the meantime, I'm going to open this and see who won the award. Well, the winner, I'm delighted to say, is My Mercury.
Thank you so much, Richard, and all of you at TVE. It's incredible to win this award. It's incredible to be here as well, because 4 years ago it was impossible to travel to things like this. But the biggest thank you goes to the director of this film, Joelle Cheselet. And this is a project that she kind of has been working on for about 3 decades, and was an incredibly personal story for her. The story of her brother who spent 8 years living alone on an island, trying to restore the balance between seabirds and seals because of the massive kind of environmental destruction that had happened by humans for 150 years before that. So I just really want to acknowledge the incredible work that she put in over all that time, and it was really a deep labor of love. And also to acknowledge George, our incredible producer, and Jinx Godfrey, our amazing editor, who's in the audience, and just say a big thank you.
And now to our final award of the night, the Founders Award for Sustainability on the Big Screen. This award recognises filmmakers who use the power of feature-length films to engage audiences with key issues within the UN Sustainable Development Goals, both social and environmental. This year, the jury has decided to present the award to two very different films. One, a powerful docu-feature from Canada, and the other, a feature film from Kenya. Let's look at clips from both films.
Dear future me, my biggest dream is to have a voice when I grow up.
I'm sure Nairobi is waiting for you. Go and chase your many dreams.
You will have your duties overload.
Papa, please, this is my life.
Utaolewa.
How can you run away? Because I'm afraid. Nikona dreams.
You are no woman, but a child.
Public inquiry into the deaths of Aboriginal women was resisting. The provinces are looking to turn up the pressure for a public
The world had stopped making sense. And I was feeling lost too, you know, and full of anger and disappointment. So I just wanted to be alone in nature for a while. And I set out to make a documentary on the longest trail in the world. The Trans-Canada Trail connects 3 oceans. There are 24,000 kilometers of trails, and I'm going to try to travel from one end of the continent to the other. I'm getting some help from some of my friends along the way, but I'm going to be doing most of the trail by myself. What matters is temperature, it's wind, and animal prints in the mud.
It's the wolf superhighway.
Go on, Black Bear. It is not running.
I know, I see that. This is really intense, man. We're stuck.
We're not at Disneyland here.
No. I'm lost. That's what gets people killed, right there. I think that today's day 500, and it's pretty funny because I think I still have 14,000 kilometers left to go.
May I invite Serena Narula to the stage to present the awards. Serena is the founder of the TVE Global Sustainability Film Awards and trustee and president of TVE.
Good evening, everybody. It's a privilege to be here at BAFTA tonight, celebrating the power of film. When I started this award, I had no idea that we would be, here today. It's absolutely amazing to see a thought sort of grow like this, and it's just wonderful. And I must thank everybody here who's been working very, very hard, and also the jury members who've really seen all these films to come to that conclusion. And while we were looking at the films for the Founders Award, we were very conflicted because this year the number of films that were brought to our attention were all vying for the award. I mean, we really had to choose to, think about which. They were all so beautiful. And I must mention 2 of them, which haven't been shown here. There's a film called Lapata Ladies. It's on Netflix right now. And it's India's official entry for the Oscars. It tells the inspiring story of women navigating societal challenges, and it's truly an honor to see it represent India at the Oscars. And the other film, Santosh, which is the UK's official entry, also is a film that offers a deeply moving and insightful portrayal of identity, culture, and personal transformation. The filmmakers of Santosh have created something profoundly impactful, and I'm thrilled that it'll be representing the UK at the Oscars. So you can imagine here were two films, and then came Navi, which is also representing, it is also being, it's represented by Kenya for the Oscars. And so we were so conflicted that, and there were some wonderful documentaries, including the one you saw, 500 Days in the Wild. And therefore we decided this year to give it to two categories, the documentary and the feature-length film. So as you may know, that I have been working with street children and women for the last 30 years, empowering women and children. So for me personally, when I watched Navi, I just fell apart, I cried. It is one of the most beautiful films made on the subject of child brides. I have watched many, many films of women, children, but this film is so special that I request all of you, you must go and have a look at it. So can I invite both the directors, they're here with us today, Kevin and Toby, and the producer, Lydia, and beautiful Navi, Michelle.
Wonderful, thank you so much. The first shout out goes out to a very special and amazing cast and crew with a fabulous Michelle who has brought this project to life, and also especially including our two co-directors from Kenya who cannot be here today, Apu and Valentine, because we have been 4 directors on this, as I said, very special project. And also we have only one of our producers here, Lydia, and the other 2, Brizan and Caroline, are also missing. So a big shout out goes out to them. And yeah, Serena mentioned it, to the Kenya Film Commission, who had decided to put this topic in the spotlight and send this film as Kenya's entry to the Oscars. And yeah, basically everyone who has been involved in this 7-year journey of a project.
And the journey started with another NGO called the Learning Lions. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. So I also want to thank them, as well as the TV Global Sustainability Film Awards and Serena for inviting us and having us here. It's a big honor. Because this also gives this film kind of a platform. It amplifies the message, and I think Milka is the writer of the story behind Nawi, and I think she's the best to kind of say two sentences about the message, maybe.
Thank you so much, Serena, for this award. We would like in a special way to share this award with the million of girls, not only in Kenya, but around the globe, who are victims of child marriage. We would also like with the award to honor the lives of the girls who died because of this cruel act. We want to reaffirm our voice, we commit ourselves to ending child marriage, and I hope you are also going to join us in this journey. We need to make this world a better and safer place for girls, that they can grow, they can thrive, and live to their full potential. Let's be the change that we want to see in this world. Thank you.
To tell you a little bit. She was only 11 when she started in the film, right? And had never acted before, and she's done such an amazing job.
Hi everyone, and thank you TV Global Sustainability Film Awards for this award. It's an honor to be here tonight. I'm very grateful for all of you, and you all look fabulous tonight. Yeah, and let's come together and fight child marriage. Thank you.
And now I'm going to present the documentary category award. The winner is 500 Days in the Wild, a stunning Canadian documentary that follows one woman's remarkable journey. It's a film that beautifully portrays resilience and the deep connection between humans and nature. Dee, are you here? Damn, there. Tell us a little bit about your journey. I know it's...
Okay, well, the first thing I'll tell you is that, it actually took me 1,862 days, not 500 days. I realized on day 10 that I had not gone in 10 days what I thought I could do in 3 days. So, yeah, I had a crisis of faith, I suppose you could say, but then I burned my schedule and everything was okay. So the reason I was drawn to this story, interestingly enough, a story about a woman who goes out and spends 6 years by herself on a trail for the most part, but actually, it's actually a story about connection. Trails connect us to each other, trails connect us to ourselves, but most imperatively, trails connect us to the web of life. Probably the most common question I got asked was, didn't you get alone out there? But humans are just 0.01% of all life on Earth. And so for 6 years, I had an opportunity to connect to the other 99.9%. So the whole time I was out there, I carried a journal and just a little quote from Ursula Le Guin. And I'm going to share that quote with you because I think she says it a lot better than I do. And these are my prescription lenses, so yeah. So our roots are in the dark. The earth is our country. Why do we look up for blessing instead of around and down? What hope we have lies here, not in the sky full of orbiting spy eyes and weaponry, but in the earth we have looked down upon, not from above, but from below, not in the light that blinds, but in the dark that nourishes, where human beings grow human souls. So thank you very much to the founders. Thank you for bringing attention to environmental films and for Mother Earth. Thank you.
And congratulations to all the winners tonight. And thank you for using the power of film to drive meaningful change. Thank you for making me a film producer. I've just produced a short film. I'm so inspired by these films that I've started producing films. Thank you all of you for being here. Thank you.
This concludes the 2024 awards ceremony. Thank you.